in 2002, you traveled to the Gulf in the midst of the Gulf War to return a refugee camp in the desert and bring back the Indians. Tell us in detail about that event in your life in terms of how it was planned and how it was executed.
Uh, Martin, part of the story is already told in Akshay Kumar's film Airlift. But the part of the story where I was involved and my team was involved was not told. He has only spoken about the story only speaks about the part where they left Kuwait. But they all came to a border no man's land between Jordan and Iraq. The refugees left Kuwait, entered Iraq, traveled across Iraq, came up to Jordan, and their plan is to go across into Jordan, go to Amman, which is about 40, 50 kilometers away from the border, catch the Air India airlift to Mumbai. But what happened is that the Jordanian authorities blocked them entering Jordan because they didn't want 100,000 refugees there. So the initial 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people who came thinking they could go into Jordan, be in Amman, stay in hotels, then go to the airport. Once the plane started flying, had stopped at the border, and it's a desert, very cold at nights, very hot in the daytime, absolutely nothing there. And that is when a government team, which I led, went there from India to provide succor to them. When we went there, we saw, I mean, that's the first time I saw people running after vans and water being thrown to them from these huge trailer trucks as though they were dogs, meat being thrown or food being thrown, and people fighting for a bottle of water, people fighting for a packet of food. It was terrible scene to see. There were 15, 20,000 people there already. So what we did, when I say we, our team, along with the government of Jordan, the Medicines Sans Frontiers, Red Crescent, Red Cross, everybody, we started to put up tents, arrange for food, get a system of registering, because the Jordanian authorities would only allow a plane load, let's say 250 people. If a plane was to land in the Amman airport, say by 10:30 this morning, they would allow 250 people in 5 or 6 buses to go into Jordan, travel directly to Amman airport without getting down anywhere, and board the flight and go away. They won't let anybody get down on the soil of Jordan. So these refugees got stuck there. What we did is put in place systems. We put tents up. We put medical facilities up. We about 110,000 or 120,000 people who fled from Kuwait, which is very well described in Akshay Kumar's Airlift. But this part is not mentioned at all. It was a very sad part. Families, children, old men, old women, pregnant women, sitting in the desert without a roof over their head, no food, no water, no medicines. But I'm glad to say that with all of us working together, within about 5 to 6 days, we started putting things in place. At the end of the day, within 45 days, we were able to transport all these people who left Kuwait and got stuck in that Amman, Jordan, Iraq border. We were able to send them very systematically to Amman airport when we got news, or when the Amman airport authorities or the Jordan government informed us that 5 flights were landing, 10,000 people, or 4 flights were landing, 700-800 people. We were able to arrange it very methodically on a first come, first do with priority purposes. The good part is there were no deaths, there were no casualties amongst these 120, 115,000 people. It is. I think it is a story that must be told. It has never been told before, but it must be a story that must be told. Airlift Part 2 or something. It is a tale that must be told, because you see, these were people who were leaving Kuwait. They are people extremely rich, living a very rich life there, and suddenly they had to throw off everything, carry just a suitcase and come, and then suddenly they thought they were going to Amman airport. Suddenly they are asked to get down in a desert. The bus goes back, and then there's nothing there. People begin to behave like, sadly, like animals. I don't blame them, because if I'm without food, I'll do the same. Without water, if my child is dying or is sick before me, I'll do the same. And I think that's a story that must be told. It's something that I can never forget.